Today we are going to discuss about patent regime, its need, significance and importance. So first let us start by defining patent. So what is patent? Patent is actually a monopoly right granted to a person who has invented a new and useful article or an improvement of an existing article or a new process of making an article. So basically, patent is a monopoly right or an exclusive right. And what do you mean by exclusive right? Exclusive right is to manufacture the new article invented or manufacture an article according to the invented process for a limited period. And after the expiry of the duration of patent, anybody can make use of that invention. So, monopoly right in respect of anything, any article, any invention, such that that is created by the inventor and for a particular period of time, the exclusive right to make use of it or to exploit it will only reside within the power of the inventor and nobody else. So this is given a legal protection. So therefore, it's a statutory right as well, and that is protected by the Patents Act. Now, this is not an affirmative right. It is a right that resides within the power of the patent holder that restricts or prevents any other person from making use of his invention, for making his invention, using his invention, selling his invention, offering for sale the invention. So it is actually preventing all the other people, preventing the public for a particular period of time, and that is why it is not an affirmative right. Now, patents generally are for the protection of inventions. Now, inventions can be a product or a process, and there are certain criterias that determines what all inventions can be patented. So we have to understand that patent regimes are concentrated only on inventions, and it is not related to anything of copyrights or books or literary, dramatic, artistic values, etc. They are not covered under the Patents Act. And this monopoly right is a reward for the inventor, and this grant of monopoly. So there is a two-way process. This is a transaction, and one part of the transaction is that the monopoly is granted, and the second part of the transaction is that there is disclosure of invention at the patent office. So basically, the price of grant of monopoly is the disclosure of invention as at the patent office. So grant of monopoly is a very valuable right that the patent holder can have for a particular period of time, and that is the price for its disclosure. Now, patent rights are territorial in nature, that is, it will not have a worldwide application or a universal application. So, it is territorial in the nature that if you have an invention and if you want to get it patented, you cannot have you can have only in territorial limits. In India, if you want a patent, you have to apply in India. If you want to apply in US, you have to go and get a patent right from there. So just because you have patented it in India, it doesn't mean that any person outside India cannot make use of that. So if you want patent protection, you have to get patent rights, get registered yourself with a patent throughout the countries where you want people not to be get used with your invention. Now let's look on to the significance and importance of patents. Now, patent protection or inventions have pervaded every aspect of human life. For example, for electric lighting, its patents are held by Edison and Swan, and there are sewing machines. Its patent is held by Hovey and Singer, and the magnetic resonance imaging MRI scans. Its patents are held by Damadian, and the iPhones. Its patents are held by the Apple company. So basically, if you look at everything that is around us, that in our daily life we are using as a consumer, majority of the inventions or the devices that we use are being patented, and its patent is held by different people all over. So without patent, so what will be the scenario if we didn't have patent protection? Now, patent protection basically encourages creativity, and there will be scientific research, technological and industrial process improvement. New invention leads to commercial utility, inspiration for further invention. There is an inventive step, that is, it does, the patent regime doesn't ask you to bring up with new inventions all the time. Even in the existing inventions, if you are if you are creating an inventive step, even that counts for patent protection. Next one is grant of monopoly, as we have already discussed in the earlier slide. And after the expiry of fixed period, the invention passes into public domain. Technological development of the whole nation, and the Patent Act reflects the concerns of a developing country balanced with the interests and needs of the inventor. So basically, patent protection, if you look at it in the jurisprudential perspective, it is actually a social engineering process that is balancing the interest of various stakeholders in the society. We have the society as such, and we have the interest of the inventor also. So, for a developing country like India, we have to balance both the sides. So, the uh, sentences that are highlighted in green, they are working towards protection of interests of the society as such. That is, after a particular period of time, it will passes into the public domain, and it generally improves the technological advancement of a nation, especially a developing nation. And there is incentive, huge incentive for new inventions to come. There is commercial utility, so there will be market development. So there are a lot of economical growth that you can see when you look at the interests of the society through patent protections. And all those sentences in white, they are for the protection of interests of the inventors as such. So inventors should also be given some kind of incentive. They should have a monopoly at least for a few, for a quite a few time, for the reason that they are using their intellect for the betterment of our society, for the betterment and the technological and scientific development of the nation, which in turn will be very prosperous in the posterity. So, because of all these reasons, they should also be adequately rewarded. So, both these interests should go hand in hand, and you cannot undermine the interest of the inventors for the benefit of the society, and vice versa. So the major important crux, or the aim that the legislation, the patent legislation tries to achieve, is this particular objective, and that is the final point in the slide. Now, there are a few important terms that are required to be deliberated. These are patent, invention, inventive step, and new invention. So these are the sections that defines the same, and that is the definition on the right side. So patent means any patent for any invention granted under this act. So it is quite clear that only inventions can be patented. Now, next question is, what are inventions? Invention means a new product or process. As I've already mentioned, any product or process can be invented, involving an inventive step and capable of industrial application. So there, all the what terms are clear. One term requires to be uh, given more clarification, that, and that is inventive step. And inventive step is a new definition added by the 2005 Amendment Act, and that says that it is a feature of an invention. So inventive step is a feature of the invention that involves technical advance as compared to the existing knowledge, or having economic significance, or both, and that makes the invention not obvious to a person skilled in the art. So in a particular field of discipline of like science or physics or chemistry or any discipline, there'll be existing knowledge. So this inventive step should be an advancement, should be a leap from that existing knowledge, or there should be economic significance, or both. And this makes the invention not obvious to a person skilled in the art. There'll be existing knowledge, there'll be existing people who are skilled in the art, and that existing knowledge is usually called a state of art as well. Now, the invention that requires to be patented should be ahead of all these things, ahead of the existing knowledge and ahead of the knowledge of the person skilled in the art. So that is inventive step. We'll have quite a few more discussions about that. And next one is new inventions. So for an invention to be patented, it should be new. So this means any invention or technology which has not been anticipated by publication in any document or used in the country or elsewhere in the world before the date of filing of patent application with complete specification. That is, the subject matter has not fallen in public domain or that it does not form part of the state of the art. So this is what is meant by new invention, and it says that it should not be anticipated by publication, should not be published in any document or used elsewhere in the world. I have already mentioned that patent has only territorial application, nationwide territorial application. It applies only to municipal laws. So suppose a person has patented something only in US, and that it is so he'll get patent protection only in US. Suppose any other foreigner comes to know about this patent and he tries to patent that same thing in India. So as long as the patent holder in US is concerned, he has not patented it in India. So it is a new thing when it comes to India. But then the definition clearly says that it should not be used in the country or elsewhere in the world. Nowhere in the world, nowhere in the country it should be used. It should come from within. It should be very original and very spontaneous. That no sort of copying or no sort of changing it from somebody else's ideas, copying it from somebody else's ideas, which is adulterated in terms of ideas. All these things will not be patented. And subject matter has not fallen in public domain or that does not form part of the state of art. This is in quite consonance with the earlier definition, that is, it should not have fallen part of the state of art and it should be a leap forward from the existing knowledge of in that field of study. So basically, for a patent, for an invention to be patented, it should be a new invention, there should be inventive step, there should be novelty, there should be non-obviousness, and there should be industrial application. All these five concepts are being discussed in the earlier definitions, and these definitions are being discussed and deliberated in various case laws by not only in India, in many case laws throughout the world. These terms are quite discussed upon. So we'll come back to those discussions later on. So that's all with this lecture. We'll come back with a new one.